Welcome back to the Death Series. This is episode number 19. You guys, today we are going to be talking about the cruise ships. And do cruise ships have morgues? Yes, they do, people. So here's what happens if someone passes away aboard a cruise ship. Okay, you guys. So, look, before you go on any cruise ship journey, I recommend you do get travel insurance because anything could possibly happen. You could get sick, you could be allergic to something. You just never know. If you're older, you might choke. You just don't know what's going to happen. Some people, could end up having a heart attack. So that's why they have things like morgues on the cruise ship. Okay, so look. This is meant to help you guys, okay? That's the point of this episode, and to prepare you for the worst, okay? So, let's talk about it, okay? So, lots of cruise ships have elderly passengers aboard, so that's probably, some of the people who end up there more than likely, but anybody could end up there from something crazy like an altercation, okay? So, it should not surprise you that they have morgues aboard on the ship, alright? So, if you're spending too much time out to sea, traveling from country to country, things happen, okay? So, it's more than likely the elderly people will be using this area, but you never know. Hopefully this doesn't happen to any of you, obviously. Okay, so look. Onboard morgues allow ship crews to store bodies in the event of a death occurring on the cruise ship. So that's what happens, you guys, The facilities, they have your body refrigerated in stainless steel rooms, okay? Like the video, subscribe, check out my previous Death Series episodes, and also look at my prison series, people. And all the stuff that I've been reporting on Diddy, you can check that out too. Okay, so they said that these rooms accommodate between 2 to 10 bodies on the lowest deck of the vessel. That's what they reported. Okay, so look, you guys, if someone passes away on the cruise ship, they said they must report it immediately to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Okay, and they said they called their port health stations quarantine stations. Okay, so let's hear what else they have to say. Okay, so I guess, I guess you guys, you never know. I guess that's the moral of the story. I'm skimming through to see what else they're saying. Interesting. Okay, so you guys, I guess they said that they have trained their crew members, about this stuff because, it's pretty random when this stuff happens. It's kind of like flying on an airplane and someone gets sick and the flight attendant is expected to take over, if there's no doctors aboard, that's kind of like the policy, unless someone else is aboard and is a nurse or doctor and they're willing to help out, a good Samaritan. So you guys, it says who's responsible for the cost? Cruise ships have no legal obligation to pay expenses associated with death at sea, okay? They said they're assuming there is no allegations or issues by the operator. Okay, so they said passengers and their family members or other travel companions are responsible for the cost of transporting the body. Okay, so does travel insurance cover death? Okay, so look, you guys, travel insurance plans may have coverage for costs associated, but it may not cover the whole thing. I guess it depends on what you get. Okay, so you guys, please plan for the event of an emergency and have some type of insurance policy on yourself when you're doing things like taking a cruise. Okay, so read the company's policy too. That's the most important thing, because you want to be able to take the necessary steps just in case, You just want to be on the safe side. You don't want your kids or friends and family struggling to create a GoFundMe account to pay for your entire funeral costs. You don't want that, okay? So look at the plans and make sure it covers all your potential funeral costs. That's what we would say, okay? So they said some plans may also cover equivalent costs if traveling outside of the U.S. and the decision is made to bury the traveler in the country where the death occurred. I guess you guys will have to figure that one out. But you will likely need documents, though. Documents will be needed to move a body. That's what they said, and an autopsy and police report. Okay, so it says accidental death and dismemberment benefits can provide some protection if a traveler is hurt or dies because of an accidental cause. Okay, they said so, I guess maybe have someone else have a copy of this plan too while you're away just in case. Some plans offer, coverage for temporary storage and embalming or cremation and other costs. Yeah. Keep a copy of the emergency assistance contact information on hand during a trip and designating a point person who can speak on your behalf in case something happens, okay? So they said that doesn't mean travelers should worry, however. A cruise holiday is one of the safest forms of travel, and the safety of passenger and crews is the top priority of cruise lines, you guys. All right, so listen. The moral of the story, you guys, is be safe, get insurance, think before you take these cruise lines. You never know. Bring your whatever special pills and make sure you have your doctor's papers that says you are allowed to have it so you don't end up in the brigs. We talked about that in the most recent prison series episode. Please check out the previous death series episodes and check out previous prison series episodes, folks. And check out the stuff I've been talking about with Diddy. And I will see you on the next one. Like, share, and subscribe.